So just listening to NPR right now, and apparently Phoenix police officers will now have to document when they point their gun at someone. Document, at least. That's great. Because if I point my gun at someone, I had better have a really good fucking reason, or I go to jail. These people work for the people. And I'm kind of shocked that they didn't have to report it before. That apparently they can just point their gun whenever the fuck they feel like it. Now, you're going to respond with, oh, well, there's policies and use of force and all that when it's appropriate. And okay, first of all, that's a separate argument about like when cops are allowed to do it, because they're allowed to do it in a lot of situations that you and I aren't. I don't know if you've ever had a gun pointed at you by the cops, but like they'll do it in some pretty trivial situations, just because the most important thing is that I go home safe every night. But aside from all that, regardless of whether it's within or outside of policy, if they're not required to document when they do it, then that means that they don't really have to follow policy. If it doesn't have to be in a report or anything, nobody ever knows about it, then they're not really held to policy very much, are they? So I'm kind of surprised that this wasn't policy, to overuse that word. I'm surprised that we weren't already requiring this in Phoenix. And it turns out that there are actually only like about a half dozen or so cities in the country where it is required that police officers document when they point their guns at people. And I know a lot of the cop suckers out there will be like, thin blue line and supported, cops and yellow ribbon and shit because patriotism and don't tread on me. Like, I'm not against cops. Literally one of my best friends is a cop. That sounds an awful lot. That sounds really familiar. It sounds like just like something people say about something else. I can't remember what it was, but in actuality, a good friend of mine is a Maricopa County Sheriff Deputy. I met him when we were in the same unit. So we go back a long ways, and I'm not against cops. It's just that police officers have the ability to oppress people, to go a little dramatic about it. The thing is that there are few, I love that. There are a few other professions that put people in contact with each other in the same way. And police officers represent the best opportunity for the state to violate the rights of citizens. And it's not like I'm against cops, but remember that cops are agents of the state. And if you choose to do that profession, you have some responsibilities to uphold, and it's fucking hard. And you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. That's just how things are. Deal with it. Your job is hard and it sucks. Everybody's job is hard and it sucks. Your job is hard and sucks in a different way. What do you think? Do you think that cops should have to document every time they pull their gun? Do you think that just writing it in a report is sufficient? Or do you think that they should have to justify why they pointed their gun at somebody like you and I would? Remember that in most states, pointing a gun is considered threatening deadly physical force. That is to say, pointing a gun at someone is exactly the same thing, legally speaking, as saying, I'm going to kill you. So if you were to walk up to somebody on the sidewalk and say, I'm going to kill you, you'd better have a really good fucking reason to do it, right? I don't know. Again, let me know what you think. I love you.